Okay, here we go. It is the ManFUzed Podcast. Kaylee here, your host, my co-host Ben H. in the house. So today we're going to talk about love at first sight. Do you believe in it? Is it really love at first sight, or is it more a lust at first sight? Now, I've met a girl or seen a girl and jokingly been like, I love her. But do I really love her? No, I don't even know her. So we're going to explore that concept today. Can I ask you a question, Ben? It's
Sure.
a personal question.
Yeah.
It's about love. Oh, it's about love. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah.
So I was reading an interesting thing, and it was about, why some guys who have avoided love or avoided commitment, marriage, being in a relationship, having something serious with somebody for so long.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, probably the people they have hung out with or slept with, is trying to lock them down, but can never do it because it's just not in the cards.
They're non-committal.
But then they meet somebody and their whole philosophy on love goes out the fucking window.
Yes.
They're hitched. You find out they're married. Like, they move in with that person. Like, what did that person have that 99.9% of the other people that they've encountered? And I've kind of been like this because I could probably count like the handful of actual girlfriends, serious relationships, somebody that I would say, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm committed to you. I probably had 4 or 5 my whole life.
Right.
Now, I've dated and I've slutted around and been a real man whore.
Sure.
And I've, but it was just on like a friend. We're friends.
Right.
And, if we hooked up, we hooked up. But to me, that person wasn't, not saying they weren't good enough, but they weren't girlfriend material, I guess you could say, or wife material.
Right.
But because you don't feel it. It's like, it's something that you can't really put into words.
Yeah.
It's like you either feel it or you don't.
Right.
And, and for some that aren't just looking to be with somebody, anybody who will be with them, like some, I'm not going to label it women. Well, I just did women. I feel like more than guys, and I'm not saying there aren't guys like this, just want to be married. If you're not going to marry me, I'm going to find fucking someone else that does.
Yeah.
And within weeks or months of, breaking up with that person because you're not falling in line to their time schedule, they find some other poor fucking soul that they just lock down and are getting married. How many times have you heard of this story?
So many.
Or scenario?
So many times.
And it's like, you didn't love me. You just wanted to be married.
That's right.
Or to be married and have a kid.
That's right.
Because your fucking clock was ticking. And I'm not saying it has to be a girl thing. It could be a guy thing too.
Sure.
Guys have that urge or that want, and I mean, shit, like, after playing the field for so long, I didn't want to be single anymore. Like, I wasn't rushing it. Not that being single was a bad thing. I loved my freedom.
Yeah,
and
of course.
But even that gets old.
Yeah.
Just like marriage can get old.
Sure.
But after playing the field for a while, you realize that all of us in our nature probably imagine finding that one special person and sharing your life with them.
Yes.
Because there is something more intimate. That person knows you in and out. And
absolutely.
You can be yourself completely.
Right.
And so I just find it fascinating that, it's like that anomaly, that what happened to that person who was so steadfast and I don't want this and I don't want that. And, and then all of a sudden, there she goes.
Right.
Or there he is.
Yeah, I think people do want to be with other people, I
want to be on you.
Yeah, it just depends on how you frame it. At the end of the day, I think you slow down a lot in the social scene when you're looking to settle down. I don't know, though. What's the question?
It wasn't really a question. It was just more of an observation because it was something I was reading. It was about a girl who, was basically experiencing that same thing. She was with a guy and he was like unattainable.
Right.
On that level of seriousness. Didn't want to move in with her. They had been dating for a while or sleeping together for a while.
Yeah.
But could not lock him down.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him to commit to marrying.
Sure.
There had been years of them just, I guess, kind of doing this song and dance of just, hey, I like you. Yeah, we get along. It's cool. But no, I'm not going to marry you. I'm not going to move in with you. And then all of a sudden, that timeline wasn't working for her. And in this case, it was a girl.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, well, I need to get on with my life if you're not going to do this.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, and he had been this way his whole life, but come to find out very shortly after she went her own way.
Yeah.
He found Mrs. Right. Not that he got married, but I think it ended up becoming that.
Yeah.
But he met somebody, moved in with her within weeks or months. It was just there. And I guess that probably makes that other person go, well, why am I not good enough? And it's not that you're not good enough for somebody, but you just weren't what clicked with him.
That's right.
He didn't feel it, to say, I don't want a girlfriend. The guy who says that sees that girl right around the corner is like, I want her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's just because you can say you don't want that person all you want, but if she comes across your plate, you'll change your mind in a second.
Yeah, maybe, and then sometimes you think you are going to like somebody and you go out on a date with them. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this person. But, I think that you keep people who have some redeeming qualities, but you're ultimately wasting your time. If you're not with someone that you can see yourself with long term, it's really a waste of time. And not only that, you're missing out on so many other people that you could be talking to or hanging out with or whatever when you keep going back to this one person. And in the case of the girl, I think over time, you have girls that come into your life that if you propose to them, they'd say yes.
Oh, yeah?
But you just can't. You know what I'm saying?
Because of whatever you can't see.
It's not because they're not great, or it's not because they're not attractive or some other kind of thing. I mean, obviously, they're great, but they're just not for you.
And you might not even be able to put it into words.
Yeah,
it just might be a feeling.
It is a feeling, and everything is
that love
a feeling. And I think that ultimately you're looking at someone as if they are kind of objectify people in a way where they're good for this, that, and the other thing, but not these other things. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that those people that might not be in your eyes, like you wouldn't take that next step for marriage for whatever the reason, those people could still be of value to your life. They could still make deposits and not withdrawals. Some people either make deposits in your life or they make withdrawals. They add value or they take away value. They're either protect your focus or they're a huge distraction.
Absolutely.
They either, help you move forward or they're going to drag your ass back.
Right.
And that's how you determine your friendships and the people that you surround yourself with. Are these people adding value to your existence?
Yeah, man. 100%.
And there's a lot of people that like the drama. So
drama for your mama.
That just drag you down like the Titan.
Hate it.
Make you implode.
And implode you.
Succubus.
Yeah.
Suck the fucking will to live right out of you.
And then you implode.
Hey, we thank you for listening to the ManFUzed Podcast. Join the show, please, by hitting us up at manfused.com and do us the honor. If you like the show, share the show. Reach out at 770-744-5227. We got a lot of great things on the horizon, and we will keep you updated.